Hi everybody, just quickly going to go through a little bit on draw.io, so just logging into that now. Now this connects directly with your Google Drive, so when you come up with this, create a new diagram, make sure you've logged in with your school account, maybe rename that something that you will remember what it is and go blank diagram. Okay, so when you create that, you can pick the folder that you want to save it to in Google Drive, and it's a really good idea to put it somewhere where you are going to remember where it is. So somewhere maybe like 13TFO, make 13TFO folder. Going to save it straight into there. So this is called flowchart. It'll come up with a blank diagram. It's just a blank canvas here. Hopefully you've seen the different shapes that we use that are posted on Classroom from Monday if you weren't here. But if you weren't, we always start with a circle, okay, or an oval. And that circle basically indicates the start or the end of a practical. So start is just the start. Now, when you hover over that circle, okay, you might see that there are some arrows, and those are directional arrows, which we need to use. Now, when you click on that arrow, it just automatically sorry about that. It just automatically duplicates what you've done already. So you can swap that out. Just delete that and drag in a rectangle, which is our process. Now, really good idea or really important that you do connect your arrow with your process. Okay, because that means that when no matter where you have dragged that around to, that arrow will be attached to it, so you can move things around. Now into there, I'm just double clicking, adding to some text. And your process is like a step in the recipe. So you can chuck in there the very first thing that you would be doing, which is hygiene and safety. Okay, and for us that looks like here, hands, apron, shoes, nails. Oh, well, we're not really removing nail polish, I guess. Benches is going to be really important. So all of those things that we have to do for hygiene and safety. Now, again, because I've finished that now, I'm going to just hover over there, see the directional arrow, chuck the next one in. And I'm going to go straight onto my next process. Now, I'm starting with the biscuits and the jelly. So day one is biscuits and jelly. And I'll start with the biscuits because I want to get them baking before I move on to getting my jelly ready and in the freezer. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is measure out butter and sugar. Okay, and I think we need 75 grams of butter and 50 grams of sugar. Okay, now the next shape that we use is a diamond. Okay, and that indicates a question or a test or something that we need to check before we move on to the next step. So if I chuck that in there, I'm just going to delete my box there, throw in a diamond and connect it. Oopsie daisy. Oh lordy. Connect that up. This has been a little bit of a disaster. There we go. So arrow, connect up to the diamond. Okay, and in that diamond, have I got the correct amount, weight of butter and sugar? Okay, that, remember, is a visual check. And then throwing in an arrow back up to the top, connecting back up there. Okay, so I've clicked and dragged that arrow up. If it does not weigh the correct amount, I'm going to move back to measuring out the butter and the sugar again. Okay, if it's the correct amount, I can move on to the next step, which is making sure or starting to cream, butter and sugar in cake mixer. And that, remember to put in a yes there, because yes means that you can move on to the next process. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. Please remember to share this with me. I will have a exemplar up on Classroom very shortly. Hopefully you will be able to follow that. So please share with me pos@pakuranga.school.nz, okay? And that way I can access it and see what you are up to as well. All right, thanks guys.